Hey everybody, how you doing? It's Christopher James here for V3 and Alliance MMA. I'm in Tampa, Florida at Gracie Tampa South, headed up by Master Matt Arroyo. The reason I'm here today is because August 19th at the Tampa Convention Center, V3 Fights invades the Bay. And headlining that card right here is this man. He's been featured on The Ultimate Fighter Season 22 with Uriah Faber and Conor McGregor. He was on Team Faber. We're going to talk about that. I also want to get a little opinion from him on Conor McGregor, you know what I'm saying? But he is making his debut with V3, and we are excited to have him on the card. He's headlining against Eric It's a Rap Reynolds. This is the one and only Billy Quarantillo, man. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great, Chris. Thanks for coming out here today. We're ready to start practice in just a few minutes, so I appreciate you taking the time to come out here.
Well, it's my honor to come out here. You work at a great camp with Rob Kahn and Matt Arroyo and everybody at the Gracie Tampa family. The lineage here is amazing. I know you've been here a long time. You're a 9-2 pro fighter, and in your nine victories, you've spread it out very well as far as winning by submission, winning by decision, and winning by knockout or TKO. You've got a vast array which shows how well-rounded you are and deserving of the main event spot. So, first I want to ask you, let's talk about your opponent, Eric Reynolds. What do you know about him? He's an XFC veteran, fought Notorious Nick Newell for the XFC title. He fought at Bellator. So, like yourself, he's tasted the top a little bit, so he's not, your local yokel guy, and it's going to be a tough out for you.
Absolutely, yeah. I've known about Eric for a long time. I've actually trained with him a little bit. I know he's super tough guy, and we know each other pretty well. We've sparred together before. He knows what I bring to the table. I know what he brings to the table. Like you said, he's been around. He's fought some of the best guys in the world. He fought Eddie Alvarez. He fought Jorge Masvidal. And I'm really excited for the challenge. I think my time is now, and I think I'm entering my prime right now at 28 years old, and I think this is going to be a huge win for me.
What I love to hear when I talk to fighters is they do their homework. Here you are rattling off the guys he fought, big names, and you're just like spitting them out like, I forget some of this stuff because I got to know this stuff all the time. Yeah. You're just like boom, boom, boom. That tells me how focused you are, and your coaches have you ready for this fight. Now, from your own opinion of yourself, what would you consider to be the strongest asset in your arsenal? Is it your jiu-jitsu? Is it your striking?
Yeah, I would say I'm pretty well-rounded. I would say my biggest strength, though, is probably my pace. A lot of times I'll end up putting that pace on an opponent, and you'll see in the second and third rounds that a lot of times they can't keep up with that, and that usually gives me opportunities to either win the fight by knockout, wear them out to a decision, or even find that submission. So I would say my biggest attribute would be my conditioning.
Well, that's awesome, man. A lot of guys go in and they gas out, and they've got the great talent, but they missed that one part, and that's getting their gas right. And obviously, I know Rob and I know Matt. I know they're not going to let you go into a fight unless your gas tank is right.
Yeah. I'll be prepared for this fight. I've had a good training camp here at Gracie Tampa South. I just spent a week out at Team Alpha Male in California. Getting extra working with those guys. I'm taking this fight very seriously. It's a huge fight for my career. It'll put me at 10-2, three straight wins since the Ultimate Fighter, and that'll I think give me that opportunity to fight in the big show.
Well, that's awesome. And you said the Ultimate Fighter and everything. How important is it? And how much does it help you? Having a coach who went through the Ultimate Fighter, years ago, Matt Arroyo, and he did a phenomenal job on the show. One of my favorite guys to ever appear on the show. How does that help you mentally, knowing that he's been there, so he knows what you're going through and trying to ascertain that upper echelon of mixed martial arts stardom? Is that a great asset to have in your corner?
Oh yeah, Matt. Just having Matt around, my whole career so far has been great. He's been one of my biggest mentors. He's gotten me to this point so far, and we're really just getting started. I see us definitely going to the UFC together, myself and a couple of my teammates. And I can't say enough about Matt or Rob, and my striking coach, Crew Dan Rawlings, and my wrestling coach, Adam Cantor. We've put together a really good training camp, and I think we have the right recipe for success.
That's awesome, and you mentioned the UFC because that's the goal for the guys that really take this seriously. Now you're fighting for V3, and they are a promotion that is under the umbrella of Alliance MMA. They have 11 promotions. They have a great link to the UFC, the new Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series. They've had 13 guys on it so far in the first 3 weeks or something like that, and 3 or 4 of them got the contracts, So they're producing and they're putting guys where they want to go. So how does it make you feel that they chose you to headline this event, and possibly, we might only see you one time. You might come in here and, if you get the victory, we might only get to see you one time, man. So, your stay here could be short, but how important is it to you to sign your fights now and be careful about choosing where you fight because of where you want to go next?
Yeah, I talked to John Prisco about this fight. I've worked with him before. He actually matched me up in the XFC a long time ago. My opponent ended up getting hurt, so I didn't fight for him.
I remember,
but
I worked for him.
Yeah,
so
exactly. You know. So I've been cool with John Prisco for a long time. He's a great promoter. He's very good at what he does. You know what you're getting with him. He shoots straight. So I think he made a very good decision by getting me to headline this fight. He picked two top Tampa fighters, top Florida fighters. And I think we're definitely going to put on a show, fight of the night, and I'm going to get my hand raised at the end.
And funny, because John will see this interview in a little while, and the fact that you said, John made a good decision. John likes to hear when people say he makes good decisions, so good job, man, talking good things about the boss. Now, I also spoke to John today about you, and he said, you are maxing out on ticket sales, man. You've gotten over 100, I believe, on CageTix.com. How important is it, and how much does it mean to you inside here to be fighting at home in front of the home crowd, in a nice size arena, and you're headlining the show, brother?
Oh yeah, I love it, man. Shout out to all my friends and family, in Tampa, in Florida. I got a lot of friends and family actually flying out to watch the fight, and I feel like they go with me wherever I go. We were just up in Western New York, where I grew up, and we sold out that show. I was the main event there. Now coming back down to Tampa to get that same support, it means the world to me. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all my friends, all my family, even some fans that I made from The Ultimate Fighter. The support they give me is, unbelievable, and I love having that feeling of having a huge crowd there for me.
Well, that's awesome. All right, listen, man, I know you got to get in here and get trained up so you can, do what you need to do on fight night, but before I let you go, go ahead and plug yourself right now. Give out all your social media information for anybody that wants to follow you. Let them know if you want to shout out a sponsor right now. Now's the time, brother. It's all you.
Okay, yeah, thanks. You can follow me real quick at Billy Q MMA on Instagram and Twitter. Shout out to all my sponsors. No Judges Needed, OTB, Driven. There's a lot to name. I got a bunch of them. Follow my social medias to see all of them. And August 19th, you won't be disappointed. I'm coming there to fight. I'm coming there to win. And you're not going to want to miss this.
Wait, you forgot one thing. Tell them how to get tickets, man. Support your brother.
Yeah, okay. Tickets, v3fights.com. v3fights.com. Make sure you pick my name, Billy Quarantillo. If you're going there to see me, they'll bunch you in with all the other Billy Q fans. It's going to be wild. It's going to be a wild night. Also, the after party is going to be at the Franklin Manor right down the street.
What?
What? So there we go. We'll be getting it popping after. I hope to see you guys all at the fight, and then we'll all hang out after.
Yeah, and for those tickets, you can go to V3 directly, or you can go to CageTix.com. Once again, make sure you select his name if you're supporting him and you want to sit in the Billy Q section, because apparently that's going to be popping off that night. Ain't that right?
That's right. It's going to be popping off, guys. I'll see you guys there.
All right, listen, guys, for my friend Billy, little camera action there. No worries, man. We're in the gym. Stuff like that happens. Anyway, for my friend Billy Quarantillo, we are here at Gracie Tampa, man. Come check him out. He's an amazing fighter, man, and you won't be disappointed when you see him and Eric Reynolds face off August 19th, V3, that's V361, Tampa Convention Center. Until then, for my man Billy Q, I am Christopher James, and we'll see you later.